Hello everyone, in this video we'll be continuing on our biology of BALANOGLOSSUS. In the previous video we have mentioned the characteristic of phylum Hemichordates, and we have mentioned that they are an intermediate or controversial phylum that lies in between the chordates and the echinoderm. We also mentioned that they have the characteristics of both the chordates as well as the echinoderm, and we have mentioned the characteristics that they possess for the chordates, which is nerve cord, the notochord, and the pharyngeal slits. And for the echinoderm, they have a swimming larva, which is resembling the biplanary larva of starfish, as well as the elongated nerve cells, which is resembling the subepithelial plexus of the starfishes. So today we'll be talking about the circulation, the respiration, as well as the reproduction of BALANOGLOSSUS gigas, which is the representative of Hemichordates. So the gaseous exchange probably takes place over the entire body surface, but the pharyngeal slits are particularly important for this process. So in BALANOGLOSSUS, what is there is that their body surface is used for respiration, but the pharynx is secondarily used for respiration as well, which means it is important for you to use pharynx, for them to use pharynx for respiration, because the pharyngeal wall between the adjacent slit and the tongue-like projection of the dorsal wall, which partially divide each cleft to give a U shape, they are ciliated. Are you getting me now? The pharyngeal wall are ciliated, and when they see something as ciliated, it means they have what? They have cilia. And what they use cilia for? They use this cilia for beating. They use it for creating water currents. You understand? They use it to create current. And what's the meaning of current? Like disturbance. So once they create current, water is passed through the mouth and out of the gill pore. So when water is passed through the mouth, remember that the formula for water is H2O, right? We know that it is H2O. So which means oxygen is present in what? Oxygen is present in water. So they are going to what? They are going to undergo respiration, and they will get the oxygen. You understand? That is that's very useful for their metabolism from the water. So the remaining of the water that is not needed is going to pass through the what? Is going to pass through the gill pore, and that is how they respirate. Now, how about their circulation? Blood is colorless. You understand? They have no respiratory pigment in the blood, and that is the reason why they use water current for feeding as well, for respiration as well. But they have few amoebocytes. And when you say amoebocyte, what are amoebocytes? Amoebocyte means wandering cell. So it is this, because they have no respiratory pigments. They have no respiratory pigments. What's the function of respiratory pigments? Is to carry oxygen from one place to another. You understand? But what are amoebocytes? Amoebocytes are wandering cell. So wandering cell means they can wander around the body. You understand? They can move to anywhere that they want. So they can use the amoebocyte for carrying what? For the carrying of the oxygen that they have got. Remember that the function of circulatory system is not just to circulate blood; it is to circulate nutrients, oxygen, as well as some hormones that will be needed by the body. Are you getting me now? So the blood from the glomerulus passes into the ventral longitudinal vessels, which runs below the gut and supplies the system of sinus in the pharyngeal slits. Now, they now drain into the blood vessels. So the blood, how is it pumped? It is pumped through a system by pulsation of a closed fluid-filled sac dorsal to the central sinus called the heart vesicle. So they have a heart. The heart has a vesicle, and the vesicle, they pulsate. So the pulsation, that is the contraction of the longitudinal vessel, as well as the pulsation of the heart vesicle, helps in the what? Helps in the pumping of blood. But it should be noted, blood do not enter the heart vesicle. It does not enter the heart vesicle. However, the effect of the vesicle contraction is to create currents through the central sinuses, which helps in the pumping of blood. So it should be noted that in Hemichordates, the blood does not enter the heart vesicle. Are you getting me now? It does not enter the heart vesicle, and that is just the basic stuff about the what? About the circulation in Balanoglossus. Now let us talk about their reproduction. The sexes are separate. Reproductive structure is simple, and they form a numerous sac-like gonads. Now remember that when I was describing their body form, they have what? They have something we call genital flap, and I said in that genital flap we have what? We have in that genital flap we have gonads, and this genital flap, it is beside the gill pore. If I will show you the this thing again, I will show you the structure again. It is beside the gill pore. Now the eggs are extruded from the burrow in masses about 2,000 3,000. Now these eggs, they are embedded in mucus. Are you getting me now? These eggs, they are embedded in mucus, and they are fertilized externally. Now this fertilized egg are scattered and they develop into Turnerian larva. Are you getting me now? Turnerian larva. And this Turnerian larva is similar to the biplanarian larva of some echinoderm, especially the asteroids. Asteroidae, example of asteroidae is the starfish, normal starfish that we know. Now this is a convoluted, there is a convoluted band of cilia at the anterior end which creates a feeding current for the Turnerian larva. Are you getting me now? They have a particular convoluted band of cilia which creates a feeding current, and the larva has a free living life for several weeks, which means they are free swimming, and this free swimming action is similar to that of what? Is similar to that of biplanarian larva of starfish, and that is the reason why they have the characteristic of echinoderm as well. So they undergo metamorphosis by developing a constriction at the upper part of their body, and this constriction forms the what? Form the proboscis collar region. So it forms the what? The proboscis collar region, and undergoing elongation to form a what? To form a worm-like structure. Are you getting me now? Now let's now proceed. Now the okay, I was talking about, so they form a constriction at the proboscis collar region, undergoing what? Undergoing elongation to form what? Into an adult form. So that is how their reproduction occurs. As simple as that. But what are we saying about these reproduction?